Welcome back, folks. Toaster here again with another replay, this time in the Cromwell B. And the map is Live Oaks, and we have a disadvantage going to the tracks, which usually wins the game. So instead, I'm going to try and stop the heavies from coming into town so we can win that quickly, come back, and defend. Now, there's 3 Arties on each team, and we are mid-tier. So what we want to do is just create some vision. As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I like to use binos on my Cromwell. It's an unusual setup, but it works for me. So we're going to go ahead and get into the spotting bush. This bush is very, very good for spotting, and we have an AMX-12T that is being very aggressive. So between his aggression and our aggression, it's going to help us win the game. That Jackson could be a problem for us down the road. And so now we're going to work off of the spotting of this light tank and put some shots into these guys as they're pushing in. So that seems to be working. They have an Eagle 7 that comes into town, and he actually makes it. But look at the damage this Tiger and this VK 3601H, pardon me, take. And so we're just trying to create vision once again, and the Arties have been hitting these guys, and I'm going to continue to fire on this Tiger 1 until he turns. And we get a nice ammo rack. So that's 3 quick kills. The only thing that made it into the town was a lone Eagle 7, and he should have known better. What makes this map work from the enemy side, the enemy has a huge advantage because they have an advantage over on the tracks, and if they put 2 or 3 people on this knoll or something heavily armored on the back side of the knoll or back in this area, it is nearly impossible to push without taking huge losses. They did not do that, therefore our team is able to push out, and plus I'm pushing ahead of them in case there is stuff up on this hill, because I don't know that yet, but I suspect that there's not much there because it looks like their whole enemy team went tracks, which is the right call for them. We just won way too fast in the city, and that was partly the map control and vision control that we created, and also the damage we put out. So we're up to 1200 damage and 1100 assist, and I'll be honest, we don't get a huge amount more damage, but we are going to create some more vision control. We have a Jagdpanther there. The German TDs notably have very low view range, so unless he's got a camo net and binos, actually just binos, he's gonna have a hard time spotting things. So the enemy has already made it up near our cap, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot this M1, and look at the arty come in on this poor guy. Holy Hannah. That tank is extremely powerful in this matchmaking too. He's got a metric ton of armor frontally, and he's got a fairly good gun. He has no gun depression, but beyond that, he is a good tank. So we take as many shots as we dare, and we get hit because we stay just a little bit too long. And but the Panzer 4S gets lit, and he's dead now, and I'm taking blind shots, and I'm nowhere near where the guy is. I figured out as I watched this replay again, he's actually on the other side of the bridge, so I'm wasting time, but whatever. The ammo's cheap, and currently it is 12-4. So we're setting up our binos again to see if we can catch this M44 moving, but he is probably already in this dip. That would be my guess. So our team is capping, so I don't want to lose out on damage, so we're going to move up, and I was hoping that Spick would spot that M44, but mistakenly I thought he was on this side. That was my issue. And with 1600 damage and 1200 assist, we're going to try and move up and improve on that. So we're able to get down into this dip, and we get another 163 spotting. And for us, that's the game that SU-100 M1 camps us, which is fine. I'm just not going to pull out on him. I think his gun is a 390 Alpha. He may have the 250 Alpha gun, which if I had known that, I definitely would have just pushed him and circled him. But nevertheless, he camps me, and I think he's got a bigger gun than he's got. So I'm just going to sit here and hold him in place. So that's the game, and that is one way you can win from the Norse spawn on Live Oaks. As you go up tiers, it's much easier to defend because you've got such high alpha tanks that can sit back in this corner. But and also you have tanks that can actually hold this. With 3 Arties, it is a losing proposition to go to this location as well as this location, but it's got to be done, so teams do it anyway. Anyway, let's go take a quick look at the post-game stats on this. Okay, so we ended up with the first class on this, and we ended up on top of the team with 1041 XP, which is 450 above the next guy. And we ended up with we fired 21, hit 13, penned 11, 1627 damage, and 1494 base, or pardon me, assistance. That's a total of over 3,100 in a tier 6 tank. Is actually pretty good, and we made great credits. This thing, this Cromwell B, does not cost very much for the ammo, and you know, we had a little bit of repair costs, but not much. And that was on a double, plus it's a premium vehicle, plus it's premium time, 3,500 XP. So we'll take that all day long. At any rate, I do appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate the likes and or dislikes if you didn't like the video. And if you want to come back and see more, please subscribe, and we'll be putting out more content for you. We will catch you on the next one. Tonester out.